Hello, my beautiful darlings. How the devil are you doing? I hope my tribe are happy and well. I'm loving the comments that you make because you're also supporting other people, and that really does make my day. It really does. I'm going to be doing a channeling session. I know it's like I'm taking the surprise out of it, darlings. I am, because I had a bit of a beach walk with Teddy. God, he's worrying me. So please send healing for Teddy if you are good at right healing. And Julianus came in and said, I want you to talk to your humans. I'm like, oh, God, spoiler alert, because I like the surprise of who I'm going to meet up there. Do you know what I mean? So ordinarily, if you've never seen this before, please go to the playlist Channel in Heaven and you'll know what I'm talking about. So I know who I'm going to see. However, what he's done is, I'm going to move the camera in a minute and put it down to the crystal ball. Okay, I kind of know what he wants to talk about because he started saying it, and I said, no, wait until I get home and then we can sort it out from there. Okay, so he's asked me to place my crystal ball again. It's asked me to place it on black velvet, which I've done, which I've nicked from Darren's display because he's getting all the displays ready for the new Fifth Dimension shop. I've just nicked it. It's brand new. I love it. So I've just nicked it, and it's asked me to place an amethyst. This amethyst isn't the most shiniest. It's got a bit of dust on it, to be fair, but that's what he wants me to do. So his wish is my command, I believe. Now, I can't quite get into the crystal, so I might have to raise the ball, darlings. How am I going to raise it without affecting the black? That's the question I want to know, Julianus. I'm going to put some tarot cards underneath the velvet and raise the ball up. I should have thought of this before I pressed recorded, didn't I? Press record, but hey ho. Oh, there you go. Oh, look. Perfect. Okay. So, I'm going to now put you down to the ball just in case you see any phenomena. Move that out of the way. And let's see what happens. Let me know if you hear or see anything. Oh, look at that. You can see the back of the ball. Let me just... Oh, my God. I've knocked the bleeding ball over now. Let's shut that. Right, let's do it. So if you can just give me a bit of time to... Is that it? By all means, if someone wants to do the timer for when I actually start the channeling, please do. I'm just opening up my chakras from heart to crown. Yeah, I've got that. Wow, he's shown me Psalms 22, and if I can't remember, he's just saying, I'm sorry for the passing that is going to take place tonight. Not for me. So someone who's going to watch this, and it's a known passing. It's a known passing, okay? You kind of know there's a release for, feels like a man. So he's given his blessing to you. So one of the people that's going to be watching this, unfortunately, is going to have a passing, but it's known. And it, as I say, it will be a release for you, okay? So God bless you, and I wish you strength for that. Thank you, Julianus. Okay, yeah, I've got it. Can I just... Oh, that's weird. No, that's not moving. That's part of it. Okay. Now, I haven't even been shown the Crystal Palace. I've just been shown, yeah, I've just been shown him. Okay. One of the things that remember, if it's the first time you've watched this, I'm not trancing or doing anything like turning my head around and spit and puke everywhere. I'm literally just repeating what I would ordinarily write down in my soul journal after a meditation. Okay. So that, yeah, I've got it. Yeah, I can see that. Oh, lovely. Okay, I can see he's created a figure, sort of humanoid, but it's more your soul figure. I'm going to have to move this forward. Oh my God, I keep knocking it over. Shh, shut the front door. I can't see it, Julianus. I need to... Okay, God bless you, and thank you for allowing me to work with you today. I've got to find the figure again. Can you show me the figure again, please? Yep, got it. Okay, so he's showing me that it's kind of like a rough figure of a person, and he's making me understand or know that the actual figure that is being shown is like the soul. So he's giving me a human shape of our soul. Okay, he wants to talk about our soul. He's saying it is amazing how humans on the earth plane forget who they are and forget that, yeah, they spend, hang on a minute, they spend so much money on maintenance on their outside energy, but they do absolutely nothing to maintain their inside true body. So he's marveling at the fact that our bodies, which are used to walk around the earth plane, okay, we spend so much time painting our nails, and he's showing people that do plastic things to their faces, clothing, jewelry, makeup, hair. He says we spend so much time doing that sort of stuff. That's me saying that bit though. Why do we completely abandon and do absolutely nothing to nurture our true form, which is our soul? We completely abandon it. We do absolutely no work to maintain it unless we are spiritually awake. So this is to help the people that aren't looking after their soul. The first thing he's bringing me, yeah, I've got writing utensils. Yeah, I've got those. Yeah. The first thing he's saying is, oh, I've got to do it now. Right, okay. Right, some people will know this. He's told me to draw my thing. I know what he means. Some of you would have seen this in What Happens When We Die and in any kind of teachings I've done before. Perhaps we should do it in this pink pen. So I'm going to draw a rather crude definition of a body, okay? It's going to be a quite long session, so... Okay. Do you want me to do the points? Right, do this first. Okay. So as you can see, that's a rather crude picture of our physical body. That's the overcoat, okay, which they've got no respect for whatsoever. They can't understand people that have all surgery and all that, but we do, because we have a human ego and we want to do it. So that's it, you know, we put makeup on, do hair and all the rest of it, because we're presenting ourselves to other humans, because we want to be accepted. That's what that's all about. That's what he's saying. Now what happens is that this is the biggest problem connected to how we can develop, grow and invite and invoke angel phenomena, celestial realms, whatever you want, spiritual layers. Okay, now what happens is this here and this brain here creates a lot of problems, because this brain creates logic, especially the left hand side of the brain, ego, thoughts, worries, fear, doubt, projections. And the problem with this is, and I remember Julianus saying this in medieval Italian, the seed of your mind has infinite, I think he said, don't ever forget the seed of your mind is the seed of your soul. But he also went on to say this gives you infinite possibilities, one way or the other. So what happens is if you cloud your energy with judgment, self-doubt, self-loathing, and you think I'm not good enough and I've got to pick the dog up tomorrow, and I've got I feel like I'm too fat for my body, I don't like this person, I don't like my job, I don't know where I'm going in life, I feel so lost, what happens if this happens, what happens if this happens, And it's literally you're asking the same question, which is totally ridiculous because worry gets you nowhere. So what happens is all these thought processes and emotions, okay, can lead to behaviour, which also can muck up what you do and the decisions you make. So what happens is all of this stuff, the seed of your mind, can be the best part of you or the worst. So I've been shown this years ago by Julianus. So that's the situation with a body that can't bring any divine inspiration, thought processes, or anything through whatsoever. So just say if you're in a development circle, or you're like you want to become a healer and you're going to Reiki classes, or you're just not getting anywhere, have a look at how your mind is working and how your ego system is working, because this is what you're creating in your chakra or your Kundalini line. If you know about Kundalini, you are creating nothing but blockage, right? So if you start working on the inner part of your mind, right? This is Mr. Blobby, by the way. If you start working on the inner part of your mind and clearing your ego through meditation, mindfulness, nature walks, recharging, getting rid of any thought processes that aren't supposed to be there, not letting people or situations rent your head, you create this massive open cup, which I can see in there. That's what I knew I was talking about. And that means that the more you get rid of all these worries, thoughts, but behaviours, the more energy can flow in from the divine and fill you with whatever it needs, ideas, inspirations, thought processes, guidance for you to help you on your earth path. Okay? Ego is your worst blockage to the divine. And what happens is that your chakra point, so we look at the root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye and divine, as this energy comes in, without you even knowing it, it lights up every single chakra and keeps them maintaining a balance of energy that your soul needs, okay? So beware that egotistical thoughts, and it doesn't mean, oh no, brilliant, oh no, fantastic. So that's what I thought when he first talked about ego. It's not about that, it's about self-doubt, worry, fear. Is this really happening? What happens if I open up? Am I going to see a demon? Of course you're bloody not. Do you know, all this crap, right? That's what he doesn't like. So by crystals also, you can do it. Sound frequency, you can do it. You can clear your systems with sound frequency as well and maintain your chakra points. So that is important that you do that, okay? By clearing what is in your mind and in your thought processes, you are opening yourself to the divine. We've also forgotten that we are connected to the planet. And so I've already done this. Can you hear that banging? This happens every time. Also, obviously, earthing, connecting to the earth, going in water, swimming, being in the sea, whatever that does, it helps to charge your soul, okay? What depletes your soul is mostly mindfulness, like your mind. So you need to work on your mindfulness and what you're holding in your energy. The other thing as well is I can see now a dark side of the amethyst. So this is representing your shadow self. Hang on a minute. It amazes us that humans covet and protect things that aren't wanted in the soul. But perhaps because of ego, they're unable to eradicate the shadow self. The shadow self are traumatic, unattractive. Thank you for the banging. I acknowledge your presence. Thank you. Unattractive traits, false belief systems, previous trauma, previous memories that make an impact negatively in our life for some reason are coveted and kept as prizes and gifts within the shadow elements of your soul. These need to be eradicated. These are all advice points that we need to bring you so that you can lead the most lightest and balanced life on your human experience. We are understanding the deepness, the hollowness of some people on this earth plane that are in power and that are controlling the elements and the divine purpose of your lives. That is why we're giving you these, I'll say tips, Julianus, these tips to assist you in getting through life without allowing yourself to feel lost, having to have walk-ins to replace your soul because it's so depleted, and having to have you sometimes break your soul contracts because you want to come home early. The dark self needs to be eradicated. Some of you also know that you may be going through the dark night of the soul, which is what humans have also called when your darkness creates most of your soul. The shadow self covers so much of the soul and is allowed to grow, as Nicholas says, as a malignance. And that is when we go through a dark night of the soul. We're trying to prevent this, especially for our light workers and especially for the people that are listening to the vibration of Nicola's words now. So in effect, I'll take this bit. So in effect, what he's talking about is doing shadow work. I've got videos on here of how to do shadow work. Hello, by the way, I'm still here. Shadow work is literally facing what you've locked away. Okay, this can be done with quantum hypnosis, this can be done with grief counselling, this can be done with normal counselling if you want, this can be done with you doing self-work. You can use crystals to do it. It's soul journaling. It is facing the things that you would rather not, and you just hold them. The problem with that is you're just creating a heavier bag the more you do it. Always remember that all of the cracks and breakages that take place within a soul through trauma that's happened on the earth plane only can bring in light. We also have to recognise not to be ashamed of the darkness that is held within our souls, for we cannot see light without dark. So, right, he's telling me to do it, for instance. So, for instance, if you've got, say you've got Christmas lights on in the high street, if it's light, you can't see them. If it's dark, you can see them beautifully. So what he's saying is that most people who are in the darkness, have experienced the darkness, been in the darkness, or whatever it is, grief, pain, trauma, we will see the light easier. And once we grab that light and concentrate on that light, that will eventually erode away all the darkness. However, we have to be mindful that we don't allow the light to go past corners that we don't want to deal with. There's so many people on this earth plane that have trauma and have thoughts and feelings of people from the past, and they'd rather lock the box up and not dip into Pandora's box, where really they need to open it, have a look at it, get rid of it. Okay? And the analogy of the spiders come up again. Do you want me to show it? I'll talk about it again. Use this a lot. Once when I'd just come out of therapy, I sat, and I used to smoke at the time, and I was sitting there thinking, what's it all about? And I had a cobweb at the on my wing mirror of my car. I flicked my cigarette and an ash bit dropped onto the web. Within a second, the spider came out, grabbed hold of the ash, looked at it, realised it wasn't good enough, flicked it off and repaired the web, went back in. And it was a massive epiphany for me, because what it meant is that when things weigh heavy on our soul, or we embrace, absorb, experience things, why do we hold on to it? We should be like the spider. Have a look at what you're holding in your heart, your mind, your soul. Do you need it? Do you want it? Is it good for you? If it is, yes, take it in and absorb it. If it's not, flick it away, repair whatever has created that problem with that sticking onto your soul, move on. It's that simple, okay? The problem is when we're in the dark night of the soul, or perhaps we have mental health issues, or we're depressed, we don't want to do bugger all. It's like we do not want to do anything to help ourselves, because the more misery we put ourselves in, the better. These are just baby steps. So any of the tips that I bring to you, do try one of them, and if you hate it, put it off for a little while. But there has to be some break or some give at some point, that you have to start addressing what is being held in your soul, because all you're doing is carrying a whole bag of rocks around with you, and then when another rock lands, you're so full up you can't take any more, and that's what leads to burnouts, breakdowns, that sort of thing. Okay, so he's showing me now, and I can see it in here. It's like a volcano erupting. It just spews nothing but hot hatred, and it burns the land. And this is how he's looking at people that are holding all of this darkness in their souls. Okay, we need to eradicate it. We need to see the light. We need to use the light. We need to make sure we maintain our soul. We can do this through good relationships, eradicating negative relationships, eradicating people that drain us from our lives, eradicating any situation that we force ourselves to be in. Have the faith in your higher power, your guides, your ascended masters, whatever your God, what you believe in, to know that the change will allow you to effect a better way forward in your life. By saying goodbye and ending journeys, you are opening yourself up to opportunity. This will boost your energy. Meditation will boost your energy. Sound frequencies, light frequencies will boost the inner you. This is the I love it. He's showing me all of the things that I'm recommending, and then saying, like humans do, going for a haircut, they feel better when they come out. You know, going for a spa treatment, you feel amazing, you feel relaxed, you feel rejuvenated. Do this for your soul, because when you are only treating the outer layers of your physical being, that is just a plaster being put over a big gaping wound. So you may benefit from that spa or that massage or that treatment for 24 hours, 48 hours, and then it's gone again, because the inside is needing nourishment. Nourish the inner parts of your soul and your body. You're coming out with all of them today, Julianus. The other thing that he's showing me is, I can see it, sand. It just makes me, I'm not going to get analytical, but how the hell was he created like a load of sand there in an amethyst? You've heard me use this analogy before, but some of you may have not heard it. Guys, it's getting really cold in it. It's a bit freaky. Is that, why do humans choose to walk through the desert and not? That's not a word I know. I don't think that's a word that I know. I'll say relax. Relax in the oasis. So what it's trying to say is mentally, we hold on to things and we put ourselves through this martyrdom. We kind of put ourselves through this pain, and we allow ourselves to stay in it. And it's almost like a sense of victim. You know, we go into this victim mode of, oh God, this is all happening to me. And we almost relish in this pain we're in. So his analogy is that why do you humans tend to love to walk through the desert, starving, boiling hot, uncomfortable, thirsty, in agonizing pain, not knowing when you're going to get any relief? And yet, if you change your perception, change your belief systems, change your ego systems, change the things that you hold in your mind and your soul into positiveness, then you can lay in an oasis in the shade with luxury around you, with a sparkling pool next to you, with food and things of abundance that can be given to you to bring you comfort, love, calm, relaxation, tranquility. Why do some of you insist on walking through the desert as a martyr when you can experience the beauties and pleasures and abundance of an oasis? Sometimes you are responsible for the choices you make. Your free will lands you in the deepest, darkest depths of despair sometimes, as Nicola, it's all about when I did mine. You know, I was just going down the wrong path. And I refused to get rid of my demons, and I continually hid behind all of my egotistical titles, Detective Nicky Alan. And so they had to strip me bare. We don't want to take you to the lengths we took Nicola and others to. We want to bring you back to your divine path before it's too late. By nourishing and nurturing the inner you, by listening to your higher self, you will bring your own abundance to you. Your lives will be so much easier on the earth existence. You have to remember that your inner self, your inner voice, your divine voice that connects to source is a very quiet, patient being. Your ego, your thought processes, your behaviors are very, very loud. The only time you can hear your inner voice and listen to what your soul and inner child needs is by being in the silence. The silence can be sitting in contemplation, in meditation. It can be sitting in nature, away from technology and other humans. It can be merely sitting in your baths, bathing and listening to your inner self. It can be sitting in your vehicles, taking yourself to a remote location, quietening all of the technology around you, listening. What can I do for you, my child? What do you need from me? How can I help you to shine? How can I help you to grow? How can I help you to be bigger than my thoughts, feelings, fear, sadness, doubts, frustrations, angers? What do you need that I can provide you to make us one with each other? What can I provide you to make your voice louder than my ego? These are the questions you should be asking yourself on a regular basis. The more you sit within your own power, the more you operate self-love, the more you look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself how much you're loved, respected. The more that you will create love around you. And yet again, you limit yourselves to what you are capable of. Sorry, Julianus, of what you're capable of. Because when you shine with love, confidence, calm, tranquility, empathy, compassion, you create an invisible force field around your auric field. And this reflects and bounces off, just as the labradorite does. It reflects and bounces off any intentions from others that will not feed or nurture your soul. Tiny seeds planted will eventually grow, and they are very gentle, fragile, vulnerable. They need to be fed with sun. They need water to grow. They need solid foundations in that soil. So how is it that you wish to grow and you wish to get the best out of your life if you haven't even created the foundations? You haven't even created the seeds. This is what I intend to do. This is what I want to grow. I want to grow myself. I want to grow love. I want to grow my spiritual awareness. And then if you fail to maintain that soul, fail to maintain that inner child, that inner voice, it will just shrivel and die. It needs to be fed. It needs to be watered. It needs to be loved. It needs to be nurtured. It needs to be faced to the sun, the light, for it to grow. And those little seedlings that you plant, they grow into the strongest trees that live for hundreds of years. Your trees live for hundreds, thousands of years because they have the strongest roots. They are earth to Mother Earth. They vibrate with the frequency of the Schumann. They vibrate with the sound frequency of the earth. They grow with the light frequency that surrounds it. They aspire themselves and only look up to the sun. For you never see a tree look down. You never see a tree check its roots are firm and solid. You never see a tree fear to let its leaves drop, knowing that that death of that cycle leads to rebirth in the spring. You never see a tree fear change in the cycles. Look at the colours the trees change to. And yet, whether they are dying and leading to winter, and whether they're rebirthing, isn't every single colour that tree that trusts Mother Gaia, isn't it just showing nothing but beauty? Look at the oranges, the browns, the reds, the russets that now create around us. Look at the golds, the beauty of how they purvey when you look at them in a group, in a forest land, in a woodland. And yet that beauty is going towards a death of the old self. But the tree trusts. It knows it has to eradicate itself of those leaves. And look what happens to those leaves when they drop from the tree. They mesh into the earth and they feed the roots. They feed the foundations of that tree. It feeds the tree with the whole life cycle it's gone through. Rebirth, nurturing, growth, glory, blossom, and then again back to the oranges, the browns, preparing for the new cycle. all of that experience, all of that exposure to sun, light, sound is pushed back into the earth to feed those roots, the foundation, to continue the strength and growth of that tree. We are all anchored, and if we're not, we need to make sure we anchor ourselves, we ground ourselves to Mother Gaia, to be connected to that strong, power force that is Gaia. And once that foundation is maintained, once those seedlings are nurtured and loved, as is your soul, this is what we are talking about. Nurturing, feeding your soul, seeing what it needs, seeing how we can grow it. It will stand tall, sure and true. And sometimes we make these pathetic attempts, and I will use this word, to try and grow something. But why do we plant it on sand? Sand that can be washed away from just one flood. Some of us even plant that sand in a river, and you know that water represents emotion. You are planting amongst turmoil. You are planting amongst times where you're feeling vulnerable. You're trying to grip on to something with such infinite strength, but when you look, your feet are being washed away from under you. The only way to plant sure seeds of growth for your soul is to attain balance, to make sure you are empty and devoid of all of the thoughts and projections that create blockage, so that we cannot get in to help you and guide you and divinely lead you. Once you have eradicated your free will, your thought processes, your racing thoughts, and all of the other things that come with base chakra rubbish, once this is eradicated, we can bring you light, water, sound, advice, guidance, love, compassion, humility, humanity back into your soul. And with us coming from above, and so as you below, we can grow that soul, that inner knowing, and we can connect a solid connection to the celestial ethereal realms. Do not limit your capabilities, and do not limit yourself to feeling that you can never start again, you can never grow again. Just remember to create the solid foundation. The solid foundation is key to your spiritual growth. Eradicate negative feelings, thought processes, people, situations, base chakra challenges. Try and lessen them as much as possible. Sit in your own power, sit in your own silence, and let us show you the way forward. Some of you may see purple light when you close your eyes, as Nicola is seeing now in her eyelids. Some of you will see green light, some of you gold. If you just close your eyes, relax and allow us in, we can show you the colour frequencies that are going through your soul right now. Do it now. Close your eyes. What colours are emanating themselves from your soul and hitting the physical inner part of your eyelid? That tells you the state of your being. You could see stars, people, eyes, colours. The spectrums are endless. Sit in your silence. Eradicate yourself from the outer parts of the base elements of this planet. We are fighting, all of us, to eradicate the energy spikes that are bringing darkness to the corners of this universe, this planet. Raise above this. Look up to the light, as does the tree. Nothing grows without light. Let us be your sun. Let us be your source. Let us be your focus of what you want to grow towards. And as I've once said, And I'll repeat again. Once you bathe in our sunlight, once you allow us to bring light to your branches, your leaves, we can bring you strength in your foundation. We can help you go through life processes where you may experience the death of the soul through a loss, through trauma. And we can teach you rebirth. We can teach you how to change your life, improve your life, and increase all of the wonderful elements that come into a human experience on this lifetime, on this life plane now. So continue to listen to the portal mediums, whoever they may be, who you're drawn to, for they will help you to feed the inner you. By owning the inner you with love, acceptance, you will do nothing but grow. To hold on to negative traits, thoughts, behaviours, negative experiences, you will not grow. Trying to feed yourself when you don't even love yourself, you will not grow. Allowing other people to tell you who you are, you will not grow. Find your light. Allow it to shine beyond your physical so it can meet our light coming from above. And let us feed you with everything you need to know. We sit patiently and sometimes impatiently, just waiting for you to open, surrender and connect to us so that we can bring you divine inspiration to enhance your human condition. We will wait. We just hope that many more of you open your energies and become that tree. And no matter what comes, storms, hurricanes, all of the natural disasters, all you will do is sway in that wind. You may lose a few leaves, you may lose a few branches, but you know that you'll grow again and you will endure. Be that tree. I remember the last bit, be that tree. It's some good advice there. A lot of you, God bless your beautiful hearts, bless you, actually take snippets of this and make notes of it in your soul journal. Absolutely spot on. That's the way to do it. And that's what I'll be doing if I was listening to this. So take what you need, leave what you don't. But if you feel you're holding on to things that really need to be removed from the inner you, go for it. Be brave and embrace change and aspire yourself to being that tree. I really hope you've enjoyed this challenge session. Please let me know below if you have and any comments that you wish to share. May the angels bless you today and always, and I'll speak to you again very soon.